So we live here with our 3 kids, and we are expecting our 4th in February, and we homeschool them. But yeah, we designed this space around those needs because those are our values and that's what's important to us. And so we made sure that we had a dining room table and that the kids had a quiet place to go. They're actually here right now, off in a bedroom with closed doors. We have one room with doors for that reason, so we can kind of divide everybody up if we need to.
We were renting a home before we moved into this house, before we started building it. We were tired of paying rent and we wanted to own a house. Financially, it just seemed like a good move to live in a tiny house and build our own, and it seemed like an adventure, and it has definitely been an adventure.
I'm Katrina Christensen.
I'm Kyle Christensen.
We were previous homeowners, decided to sell off the big house and pay off all the student loans from college, and then rented for a while and tried to figure out what our next step was, and knew that with the housing costs in Denver, we weren't really ready to buy another house again, and we wanted something that was flexible and affordable, and tiny house was the perfect solution. Welcome to our tiny house. We named it True North Tiny. And this is our kitchen. When we started designing the tiny house, our focus really was around dining room table and having seating for 5. Most tiny houses don't have seating for that many people. And that was really important to us since we do spend all of our meals together for the most part. So we kind of started with the dining room, which then turned into this galley style kitchen on the other side. And we just started picking features that we knew were important to us. So the kitchen works really, really well as long as everyone puts their dishes in the dishwasher, but that was a problem we had in the big house too with 3 kids. We actually picked this Ruvati sink, it's their 24-inch one, because we had put it in a kitchen remodel in our big house and it was much bigger and we really, really liked it. It has a lot of different features. It's like a drop-in cutting board and a sink strainer so we don't have to have a garbage disposal. So we really liked that sink and it was affordable, so we figured we would just do that again. And a big sink was important to us because that is where we typically bathe our toddler. So it's multi-purpose. We feel like we have a lot of counter space. It works really well. It's kind of divided into sections. This is the one we use the most. We originally weren't going to have this countertop on the right-hand side of the stove. It was just going to be the fridge. And then at the last minute kind of switched things up and decided to put this here. And I'm really happy we did because we do use this space quite a bit, especially when we have 2 things on the stove at the same time. We use both sides, so it's really nice. And our proximity for the trash can to the stovetop has been really helpful too. That's when we make eggs in the morning. We had looked at a couple different dishwasher options. Some of our friends with kids have the half dishwasher in their tiny house or an 18-inch dishwasher. And when I took the kids appliance shopping, I showed them the 18-inch dishwasher and they decided that that was not big enough. They hate doing dishes as much as I do. They're like, we're gonna have to run it 3 times a day, Mom. Can you just get a big one? I was like, well, I'm gonna have to make space. Like, that's 6 more inches we have to give up. Our silverware drawer has to be really tiny so we can have a bigger dishwasher. But they felt like it was worth it, and so far I think they were right. We picked our upper cabinets specifically because they open horizontally. We knew that we wanted to have our microwave and stuff hidden behind everything, and that it would just be easier for the kids to be able to reach. That was part of everything we did in the kitchen, was based on the children so that they can be more self-sufficient. So the horizontal cabinets were a big piece of that. And these are from IKEA. And we picked, they have lots of different cabinet door options, but we really liked the blue and incorporated the blue in the house a little bit. So it was nice to have them. I will say these are not the easiest cabinet doors to keep clean. Still not sure how I feel about that. Everything else in the house is pretty easy to maintain. These cabinet doors, not so much. But they're really pretty, so we deal with it. We really like our dining room table. We had seen this in another house on a smaller scale and decided to scale it up. But this is just a piece of butcher-block countertop from IKEA. We cut it in half to make it easier for the kids to use 1/2 at a time. We don't always have both sides up. Sometimes it's just one. And then the brackets we got off of Amazon, and they're really easy, as I say that, really easy to fold down and out of the way. The window kind of came with the dining room table. We knew that we wanted to have the table here, and we're trying to figure out the best way to have windows behind it and kind of fit the space. And I had seen outdoor profiles of a couple of them. There were a few tiny houses that I really liked that had big windows. I don't really remember, honestly. We just picked it and knew we didn't care if it opened. We really wanted to have a nice view, and depending on where we park, that view is better than others. But that's what the blinds are for. So this is a GE refrigerator. It's 24 inches wide, and it's a counter depth fridge, so it doesn't stick out as far as some of the big household refrigerators, which was really important to us regardless of the width of the fridge. We got this from Home Depot and they delivered it. And part of the reason why we picked it was because of the cubic square footage. At our rental house, we had a full size side-by-side, and when I started measuring what shelves and how much space we actually used and did the math, it came out to be the exact cubic footage of this fridge. So we knew that we could go from a 30 or 36 inch down to a 24 because of how this fridge is laid out. So it doesn't have any filtered water or any ice maker, which really allows for more food storage. So we still go to Costco. We have our CSA. We go to the farmer's market, and it fits everything that we need. I usually shop once a week, so we don't have to go too often. And then the freezer is actually one of my favorite parts because I buy a lot of meat in bulk at Costco and then divide and freeze, and this freezer still allows me to do that. We have not had to change any of our grocery shopping habits because of this refrigerator. So we store everything in here, and it's organized, and you can see it. They're both freezers. I got that question a lot, actually. And then it has this drawer where you can put different things. And I use it to freeze stuff flat, and then I move it around. And the kids were really excited after we moved in. They appreciate the tiny house so much more now, too. And I like that I can hear everything. It makes parenting so much easier because your parents' house, which is 4,000 square feet, they would run and hide from me. Oh, mom told us to clean up, and they disappear, and they'd be outside, they'd be upstairs, they'd be in the bathroom, one of the 4 bathrooms, they would just disappear on me. And so here they can't do that, and they know it. And so we all kind of get more done and work together a bit better because they have to. So that's been nice. But we have also just kind of had to focus on teaching them how to store their stuff and how to evaluate. And that has been happening slowly over the past we've been here 5 months now?
Yeah, they've gotten a lot better about enjoying the things that they have, and
they spend more time outside.
Yeah. And
they want to spend more time outside. And I wasn't necessarily expecting that because they did like to play outside before, but now it's a whole new level. They've found their alone time outdoors instead of locked in their rooms or in front of the TV. So that's been a benefit we weren't really expecting.
Moving back to from the kitchen to the bathroom, we have our closet. We went with a IKEA closet. It's kind of messy right now, but we've got hanging space up here. It's separated between my wife and I. Our sink is IKEA, pretty standard IKEA stuff. So we have a Delta faucet up here, hot, cold. Got drawers here for our various toiletries. Medicinal things, IKEA as well. This whole unit right here was IKEA. This medicine cabinet was IKEA as well. This is wired into the lights of the bathroom. We have our shower, which is a corner unit, a Dreamline shower with a Delta head. The biggest reason we went with this was to save space in the rest of the bathroom. It allowed for it to feel much more full. I mean, it is a full-size bathroom, but if we were to put it here or whatever, we would still lose this space. It just seemed like it worked really well with the layout of. Oh yeah, and we didn't want a shower curtain as well. So we have our washer and dryer. We went with a full-size washer and dryer with 3 kids. They're LG, pretty standard as far as that goes. We've got a little bit of storage underneath the stairs here that we have a dirty clothes hamper and other stuff. Very happy with going with a full-size washer and dryer because since we're still kind of transitioning from finishing construction and exactly how we're gonna. Basically, this is served as our dirty laundry hamper now, which is, I mean, it's full size, so it works. Especially when we're at the festival, we were there for 5 days, so we just put all of our dirty clothes in there, and everything fit, and we didn't have any piles of clothes anywhere. You know what I mean? So it was pretty handy. So yeah, I'm really happy with going with sacrificing the space to get and to have a full size washer and dryer. I would absolutely recommend that. And then into the water closet, we have more. Well, these are the kids. This is the kids' closet. This is just IKEA storage that we modified to fit into this space. We didn't have to do too much modification. We just added a shelf up here. This was originally supposed to be like shelving right here, but we just put a little rack for them to hang their clothes up, and then all these are just standard drawers. So a little bit of modification we had to do to the IKEA stuff here, but it's held up really well. It fits really nicely in this space, which I'm really pleased with, and it's pretty easy to organize. And then on the other side we have the separate toilet. It's a composting toilet. It separates your liquids from your solids. It's ventilated, so you don't get any smell or anything like that. It ventilates right outside of the house. Super easy to maintain, super easy to clean, super easy to dispose of your waste and whatnot. We have our bed. We bought the bed frame from IKEA. Thing, it just looks like this. It's pretty comfy, I think. And then our mattress is wool. So if anybody out there likes a really nice firm bed, I'd recommend a wool mattress for sure. You just have to, it's all natural, and you just have to rotate it every month or so, something like that. We've got a pocket door on this side of it, so we do get privacy in here, which is of utmost importance. We knew that we wanted them to have like their separate space and to make it feel like they had their own bedroom and play space and whatnot. So we designed this loft, which is above the bathroom, to be basically one of the bedrooms. And then there's a catwalk going across the other side, which you'll see shortly. And then there's a bigger loft on the other side of the house where the other two kids sleep. This is our bedroom going up from there into this section of the house. And as you can see, it's a little bit short in ceiling height, but it doesn't really matter because we're not up here very often. Here is one of the beds, and this is basically our youngest bedroom. He has his little storage area for his toys right here. He's got a little toy kitchen. We've got a skylight right here, which opens up to the roof, which was a must-have on my list of things. We've got roof coating up there called SureCoat that is designed to be walked on, and they use it to repair roofs and stuff like that. It's like a paint-on spread that you put a layer of mesh on, and then you put another layer, so it's like almost structurally sound. This is our rainbow wall. We had one of our friends paint this wall, which is pretty cool. We think it gives a nice look to the whole children's area up here. This is the other loft. It's a little bit spacier than the other one. Yeah, we have a twin size bed here with a pull-out trundle bed down here. Sleeping for two up here. You can see their stuffed animals are all enjoying their day. They're up here all the time. Yeah, and if they're in our way, we just be like, go play, go upstairs and play. And we actually insulated these so we wouldn't hear them banging around up here. We still hear them every once in a while, but for the most part, it's pretty quiet.
When you come in the front door, our living room is to the left, off the kitchen. This is the back of our trailer. We made a space specific for our kids' snakes. They're their pets. They're going to be their pets for a really long time. So we figured we'd make a space for their tanks, which are pretty big. And these are the tanks that the snakes will always have. So it was really nice to know they won't need bigger tanks later on. So we have 2 ball pythons, Fire Blaster and Amelia, and the kids name them, and they're part of the family. We've had a dog before, and they know what a dog entails, and they weren't really interested in having another dog for that reason, because we are so busy. I feel like right now in this stage of my life, I love dogs, but I have kids, and I can't do a dog justice when I have children. So when we started talking about maybe getting a pet again, I had snakes when I was a kid, so I knew how low maintenance they were. I can leave them here without a house sitter for 2 weeks without them needing to eat, and their water lasts them. Like, they don't need a whole lot, which is part of the reason why we picked them, is it still allows us to travel, but it makes the kids happy. So that was our key. We need low maintenance things in our life. And the house also we designed to be low maintenance with a lot of the different features too, for that reason. So, but yeah, making a space for them, making a space for all the kids' books and their homeschool stuff. And then this was kind of a last minute addition, but we decided instead of putting more bookcases here, that we would make this their little reading nook or crafting nook, so when they need alone time, even though they have room upstairs to do that and kick their brothers outside, they've got lots of different places to go. They really like this space because it's nice and small and cozy, and draw or read a book or knit. They've got their whole basket of knitting stuff that they know how to do, so that's kind of their space. This is an IKEA couch. We actually slept on it when we stayed at Wicasa before we started the build process. We loved it because it pulls out to be a queen size bed. And then under the chase part is all of our extra pantry and our board games and some blankets and different things. And so we really liked it for that aspect, because my biggest concern for storage was the kids' belongings near the front door. Like, they come in from school or different activities and they drop all their stuff. So we wanted to make sure we had a spot for that. Thanks for watching this video tour of our home. If you would like to keep up with all the things that we do related to our tiny house, please follow us on Instagram at TrueNorthTiny, and our website is truenorthtiny.com.